So in poker, I want to invite you to do this next time you play poker. Look at your hand, put it down, complain about it, and then pick it up. It's the same hand. It's the same hand. And you can fold. You can, do what you want to do. Or you can play the hand that you're dealt and do the best with what you got.
Can.
The weird thing about this poker game is everybody's been dealt the same hand.
Yes.
Right? And so what's going to be different about your AEP is your attitude towards it.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Medicare Sales Playbook. I'm your co-host, Dallas Keithley, joined again today by Mr. Medicare Matt Smith. I said co-host today and not host. You're moving up. I did.
Man, listen, that's all I've ever hoped for.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever hoped for as co-host.
You have reached it.
I've arrived.
You have arrived. That's
Junior
what I was
co-host.
looking for. There we go. We don't have a host. It's just two co-hosts sitting here doing what they love, talking about what they love. Guys, we want to thank you. Without you, it's just two of us sitting here and one of us is wearing makeup. Like it's just weird if you guys don't tune in.
I didn't think we were going to talk about that.
Well, it's once you've reached co-host status, it's time to talk about it. No, but we do appreciate y'all jumping in, talking and giving your feedback, your comments, your negative, your positive, all of it. We love it. And so we want to thank you guys. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep refreshing. We are working on boot camps for next year.
We are.
Yeah. So be watching for that. Go to MedicareSalesPlaybook.com and we'll be announcing some new boot camps that are coming across the country. Maybe some places we haven't been before. Hopefully we can meet you,
I hope so. I'd like to go to some new places this year. I loved where we went last year though.
I did. We had a good time. Most of the places were amazing. No, we had a good time in all the places we went. We love you, Iowa. But it was a great time. Matt, like it or not, no, as we're recording this, tomorrow's AEP.
Yeah, today is the 14th. Isn't it terrible? It's weird. There should be like 2 days of the year where, like 3 days, you don't have to look at your calendar, like your watch to see what the date is.
Yeah.
Today is one of those probably.
Christmas, my birthday, and AEP. Oh, and maybe Easter. But Easter moves. So I'd have to
Does your birthday move too?
I'd like for it to stop. Well, no, I wouldn't either.
Tomorrow's AEP.
Tomorrow's AEP. And so we wanted to come to you guys today and talk about ready or not, AEP is here. Mm-hmm. I have noticed as I get older, stuff sneaks up on me, like dates sneak up on me. You know what I mean? Like you wake up and you're like, oh, it's anniversary. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's whatever. Like AEP snuck up on us this year.
It did. I did a training for our agents back in like, would have been May, I think it was. And I had on the calendar, I'm not one for dramatics, but I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it. And when I opened the meeting up, I just had a number, and I think the number was like 145. Mm-hmm. There's 145 days left until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah,
until
this was
AEP.
Back in May until
until
October 15th.
Yeah.
145 days seems like a long time, but man, that happened quick, and it's here.
Yeah.
And it's here.
And hopefully when we say it's AEP, people aren't like, oh crap, it is, right? Also, hopefully you're ready. I don't know that you're fully ever ready.
I don't think you
are. For AEP.
I think you can be mentally prepared.
Yeah. I didn't even put this in our notes, but we wanted to talk today about some things that you need to do when it comes to AEP. And number one, and we did not discuss this, so
ready
I
or
love
not.
this moment right here when he doesn't know what I'm about to say, and I don't know what I'm about to say, but I have to say something that's going to surprise. No, mindset, right? There is a lot of negative going on this year around AEP.
There is.
Plans decommissioning, plans stopping altogether, hospitals not taking plans, all of that stuff. If you are not careful, you will go into AEP with a negative mindset. Mm-hmm. I've got a couple things that I would tell you. Now, here's the thing about negativity. A lot of times people are like, well, don't be negative because if you got to find the positive and ignore the negative. I'm not that guy.
No.
The negative is going to exist. Mm-hmm. What I'm telling you is you have a choice to concentrate on the negative or concentrate on the positive. the first thing I think of when I think of a mindset towards AEP is, yes, there are things that suck. I need to know about them. I need to be aware of solutions surrounding them. But I can't camp on them. And the fourth thing is, it's going to affect everybody.
Yes. I think that's the key part. And I love that you said that, I mean, there are going to be negatives, and we think about things that our clients are going to hear. Like they're probably not going to call. Like your clients are probably not going to call you and be like, hey, I heard that my plan's going to be the best plan on the market next year. Like they're probably not going to call that. They're probably going to call you and be like, hey, I read the ANOC and this is going to suck. Like that's kind of the call you're going to get. So you need to be aware of the negatives that are impacting where you're selling. Becomes more difficult if you're selling across the country, but you need to be focused. You need to understand those, but like you said, you need to have solutions to them because they're going to bring you the problem. Your clients will bring you all the negativity you need.
Right.
Like you just need to come in with solutions. But I think the most key thing that you said there is everybody's in the same boat. Like it's important for us to remember as agents that I didn't make the plan changes. I didn't put my clients in the position that they're like, whatever their situation is today, I didn't put them in their situation. I didn't make the plan changes. I don't control the hospital networks. My dad said several years ago, when he was in Afghanistan, he said one of our sayings together was, if we're all miserable, we're all happy. So I think it's important to know that everybody's in the same boat. So we're all working from a level playing field there. So coming into solutions, understanding the negative, not focusing on it. I think those are great points.
Yeah. You've been dealt a hand. You can complain about your hand. So in poker, I want to invite you to do this next time you play poker. Look at your hand, put it down, complain about it, and then pick it up. It's the same hand.
I'll sign out of this one.
Right? It's the same hand. And you can fold. You can, do what you want to do. Or you can play the hand that you're dealt and do the best with what you got.
Can.
The weird thing about this poker game is everybody's been dealt the same hand.
Yes.
Right? And so what's going to be different about your AEP is your attitude towards it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So one thing I would tell you too, and one thing you mentioned your clients are going to be negative.
Yes.
Most of them. Most people, we can thank Adam and Eve for this, right? But most of us we have that natural inclination to be negative. So your clients, you're going to walk in and you are going to hear, man, I heard this is going down and this is bad and this is bad and this is bad and this is bad. Your job is to take them. Now, do me a favor. Don't put lipstick on a pig.
No.
Don't just lie and be like, no, there's no negatives this year. Everything's great. You're getting more of this, more of that, more of this. Yeah. Right? So don't tell them something that isn't, but you can point out the positives.
Well, I think walking in and just because your clients are going to hit you with the negative right out the gate. And even throughout the year, like your clients don't typically call you because everything's going great.
Right.
Like that's usually not why you hear from them. I would encourage somebody to walk in and before we even get started, because I think one of the first questions that most agents ask or they should be asking is, tell me about your plan this year. Like how's things gone? Maybe even change the script a little bit. Be like, hey, tell me all the great things that have happened in this plan. I want to hear all the things that you've liked because I already know the changes. Very well could have already reviewed their case because I probably already have a drug list from them. I've already reviewed their case. I want to know all the things that are positive because I know that if we need to move, that I already know what they've liked. And so if we need to look at this plan or that plan or this other plan, like we already kind of have an idea, but just changing the tone right out of the gate, I think is a good idea.
Yeah. Come in knowing what they're going to say, knowing how you're going to rebuttal.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a positive thing. And I think one thing sometimes we expect too much out of ourselves. Like we go in thinking, okay, this client's going to complain. How do I fix this? Well, you can't fix it. No. You can make sure they're aware of it. You can make sure that they are in the best plan for them. But you can't, like if you spend all day, if their main complaint is my hospital network is not going to take my current plan, you can spend the next 48 hours trying to figure out a solution. There is no solution.
You spend the next 48 days.
Right. Don't beat your head on a brick wall trying to figure out, well, if we did this, just say, look, this is what it is. It sucks. We can't fix it. We can't change it. So we've got a choice. You can find a new hospital or we can move you to a different plan. Those are our options.
Those are your two options.
Right. And so it's having that positive mindset. I tell my kids now, we've started doing this thing where once in a while I can sense that our family is irritated, right? Everybody's, we took a trip recently and there came a time. Now we are in one of the most beautiful places on the planet.
Where were you, Dallas?
I wasn't going to say because I didn't want to be that guy.
You wanted to say it.
We were in Italy.
Of course you were.
And we are sitting there for the fourth time that year. I'm just kidding. First time we've ever went. We're sitting there and I'm looking around. Everybody's hangry. Everybody's tired. We're sunburnt. We're like, right. It's hard to feel sorry for yourself in Italy, but we're all sitting there and we're just like, bleh. And I'm like, okay, guys, 15 minutes, complain away. What do y'all hate? They never drink water here. Like, why don't they bring us water when we sit down at a restaurant? The toilets are weird here. I don't know how to flush the toilet. I'm like, it was you. But you know what? We've got, like, we bring in all these complaints and I'm like, okay, are we done? They're like, yeah, we're done. I'm like, okay, we're done. Now let's move on. So give your clients time to don't, like I'm saying, don't gloss over it, but give them time to say, okay, this is negative. This is negative. Are you out of your system? You good? We know it. Okay. Let's move on to the positive. Yeah. So you can control that atmosphere. Tom Hopkins talks a lot in his books about controlling the atmosphere, controlling the appointment. So I would tell you to do that. Now,
well, and you said something really quickly here, and this is just a process thing, right? But when we're going through plans, like there's going to be pieces of every great plan that's going to suck. Mm-hmm. Glossing over those, I don't think that helps anybody. I mean, you need, and I say I don't think is because I know it doesn't help anybody. Mm-hmm. I think that, again, the thing you remember is like, I didn't do this. So I'll tell you what I'd rather do. Somebody said one time, I've heard it a bunch of times, don't tell any lies and you don't have to worry about the phone call. I'm going to tell you up front all the good, bad, and ugly because I didn't do it to you. I'm going to tell you that this plan is big and beautiful and all the things. Mm-hmm. However, outpatient surgery is ridiculously expensive, or you're going to have to cover 360% of an ambulance bill, like something ridiculous big. I didn't do this to you, but I need you to be aware. Mm-hmm. Point out the gaps, point out those things. That's a great segue into cross-selling, all those. But I know that's not our conversation today, so yeah, I just want to point that out.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. We're to be educators.
Yes.
Imagine a math teacher saying, hey, don't worry about square roots. We're not going to.
Do you remember? I remember one time my math teacher, and she should be fired for this. She said, listen, you need to know how to do trigonometry because you won't always have a calculator in your pocket. Number one, I have no idea what trigonometry even was. And number two, I have at least 2 calculators on me at all times.
The other thing is, if you told me, Dallas, here's a calculator, do trigonometry, I would try to fold it or something because I have no idea how to even start.
Well, they had trig functions. That's for another day.
No clue.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
Yep. All I know is you have to hit the clear button at least 9 times if you want to clear something. That's it. When it comes to AEP, though, back on track.
Let's go.
Here we go. Let's talk about how to market. Now, There are 2 types of people when it comes to AEP. We assume the first one, we're not really going to talk to you today because you're very busy and you're not listening anyway.
Nope.
Right? The first type of person is a person that has 1,800 clients. There are 900 that have to be moved, mm-hmm. and they are just working themselves to the bone. They're the ones sitting there at 11:30 going, is it too late to call? Like, if I call now, will they answer?
They're saying, is it too late to call while they're already on the phone? I don't know if it's too late or not.
Late to call. Yeah. So we're not talking to that guy today.
No.
What we are talking to is the person that maybe is just getting started, or maybe they're in year 1.5, year 2, somewhere in there.
A couple hundred clients.
And I had a lady call me up. She goes, hey, Dallas, this was last AEP. She goes, I feel guilty. I'm like, first of all, I am not a priest. Second of all, say more. She's like, everybody's like, you're supposed to be insanely busy during AEP. And I'm acting insanely busy. But Dallas, I've called all 12 of my clients. And it's October 3rd. Like I've already, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm just looking busy now. I'm carrying a clipboard. I'm looking irritated. We get it. Remember, the purpose of AEP is not to move people.
No.
The purpose of AEP is to review clients' plans, keep the clients you have by putting them on the right plan or keeping them on the right plan. Now, if you go out and you find people that are on the wrong plan, great, you can move them.
All day.
And but that, when it was created, that was not they weren't looking going, hey, there's going to be a guy that needs to really boost up his production. So we're going to create AEP so that he can go move 400 people. That's not the intention of it. So if you are new and you are not busy, it's okay.
That's all right.
Right? Don't compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Do not compare yourself to an agent that's been doing it 21 years and their hair is on fire. Right? Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You will lose. Now, so we want to talk to the person that is newish to 2-3 years in. Right?
Absolutely.
So number one, how can we market during AEP?
I mean, I'm going to hope that we've started a marketing campaign pre-AEP, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to hope that at this point we've done some marketing. If we've not, I mean, this is kind of it's Hail Mary time, right? But, you know, marketing during AEP is, and we're going to talk a little bit about this as we go along, but marketing during AEP is also about spending your downtime and things like that. So I think one of the first things that I would make sure that you're doing, and we've talked about this a lot, social media is a phenomenal tool. And our senior citizens are on social media more now than they were yesterday, right? I mean, they're on in every facet of social media. We've had Tim, we've had Brittany on here, TikTok, which again is the one that just blows my mind above all.
I don't know why it works, but it does.
But it does. And it's a great platform, probably widely underutilized. But social media, just getting on social media, you know, as an agency, do you have a business profile? You should have a business profile. Is it a necessity? No, but hey, if you got some downtime, I mean, create yourself one, have yourself a business profile, use your personal profile to promote your business. Does everybody in your circle, you know, of social media, do they all know what you're doing? We've got a couple of folks down in Texas, a husband and wife, great folks down there. And I sound like a politician right there, didn't I? Great folks down there in Texas. And they spent last year, I mean, yeah, they were doing things out in the community, but for the most part, they were just pushing into social media, and not even through a business page, just using their personal page to push into social media, into like a city page. And they wrote a lot of apps off of that. Just making sure that everybody in your circle, whatever you define as your social media circle, make sure they know what you do.
That is marketing 101.
Yeah.
Marketing is making sure everyone knows what you do. I mean, why you do it.
The old companies that you had joined that say, all right, now write down the names of 50 people that you know and love so we can sell them. Like, yeah, that's annoying, and I don't want to be that salesperson, but it's not rooted in something that doesn't work. Like, make sure everyone around you knows what you do.
Yeah. And there's a couple ways to do that. One, I like the social media, or I like the business page, but I tend to lean more towards using your personal page.
Okay.
Maybe you could do something right now. Now let's talk about the don'ts.
Okay.
Why can't I say that word? Don'ts. What you cannot do on social media. The do nots. Yeah. Now I'm thinking about donuts.
I like don't better.
What you cannot do on social media. One, you can't go into describing specific plans.
Nope.
You can't go in and say, hey, the Humana plan has da-da-da-da-da this year.
Not unless you're going to outline every detail of every single plan.
Every single plan. Yep. You got to give equal time. You can't go in and say, hey, you understand that our hospital does not take this plan this year. That's something you can talk about in person. Now, you can go on and be generic and say, hey, you guys understand there are a lot of plans that are not going to be accepted in our hospital system this year.
Yeah.
I think
you could be, I think if you're selling in a localized area, let's use Springfield, Missouri as an example, you're selling a localized area, I think that you could go in there and say something like, this hospital accepts all of these plans. This hospital accepts all of these plans. These plans go to both. I think you could do something generic. Again, it's equal opportunity to every carrier out there, and not playing favorites or.
I think as long as you're mentioning all of them.
Using the B word.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. The key is, are you bringing something to the table that your clients aren't aware of? The ones that, you know, we talked about Tim, hopefully you guys were on the podcast with Tim and Brittany, and then we did a special last Wednesday webinar on that. But in speaking with them, the hook's the most important part.
Yes.
You know, we don't start social media with, hi, my name's Tim and I work with people on Medic. They're gone. Yes. It's, hey, did you know that this is coming to Springfield? Did you know that here's 3 things seniors in Springfield, Missouri ought to know?
Yeah.
Or here's something I wish all my clients knew. And that will get it going. The big thing on the don'ts, do not talk about specifics. I'd be very careful even mentioning a hospital by name, unless you're mentioning, like in our area, like you said, both of the hospitals. I would be careful about mentioning even too many specifics. If it were me, I love the phrase, I just helped one of my clients with this, right? Hey, I've got a client that's a veteran, and here's how I just helped him.
Love that.
Because you're not then saying, hey, did you know veterans could do this or this or this? You're just giving a specific story.
I love that.
Here's what I did.
Yeah.
Don't talk about money on social media. They'll take you. I just made $16,000. Don't do that. But you can talk about how you have helped people.
Yeah.
So social media marketing is great. Seeking referrals is great.
Yes.
If you have some downtime, I like to get referrals in the form of a review. So if I helped 5 people in the last month, call those 5 and say, hey, real quick, I'm always trying to better myself. So I would like to ask you, and do me a favor, please be honest. Because if there was something that you didn't like and you don't tell me, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So please help me get better. So I've got 5 questions I want to ask you about our appointment. And then get you 5 questions. Was I too pushy? Do you feel like I explained everything properly? Did you ever feel like I was pushing you one way or the other when it came to the plan? Ask those 5 questions. Be ready for the answers, right? Take interest in them, listen to them. And then at the end, I love the question, the biggest way you can help me, if you felt like I've done a good job. Now, if they complain the entire time, don't ask them for referrals. But if you felt like
Ask
I've
them to
done
put the phone down, actually.
if you feel like I've done a good job, I would love to meet some people that you know so I can help them in the same way I helped you. Who do you know that is in the same situation you were in? Because people tend to birds of a feather flock together. So if you're talking to somebody that's a veteran, they probably know veterans. If you're talking to someone that's a teacher and you help them, they probably know teachers.
Yes.
Who do you know that's in the same situation you're in? Who do you go to church with? Who do you see every day? You know, I love this one. If you won the lottery today, who would be the 5 people you would call first?
My wife.
No, I'm not telling my wife.
I'm going to tell my wife.
Are
and
you
then
crazy?
I'm going to tell my wife, and then I'm telling nobody else. 0 people know
me. You owe me $19.
I'll pay you $19, and then you're going to have to be like, I wonder if
Where did he get $19?
Where did he go? Did he leave?
Matt's owed me $19 for 3 years. So marketing, referrals, social media, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, kind of along the same lines, what are some things that people, because I really want to get to the last one. What are some things that people can do during downtime? You mentioned it a little bit.
Yep. Going after referrals is one, but more in the form of getting out in the community. We spend a lot of time talking about getting out and going to doctor's offices. And we're not talking big hospital systems. If you have an in with a big hospital system, God bless you, and lean on that until that rock runs out of blood. But we're talking, people that are referral based, right? Like mom and pop shop docs. Yeah. That's probably not how they want to be referred to but that's what we're going to call them.
Yeah.
Private specialists,
dentists.
Yeah. Dentists, outpatient therapies,
audiologists, those kind of things,
all of those. Go knock on those doors, tell them who you are, tell them what you do. I always want to ask a couple of questions when I go to. I want to know who's your primary clientele. You can do this at dentists, at pharmacies. Pharmacies is a massive one. Probably not a CVS or a Walgreens. Go call your carriers if you want in there.
Right.
But your local, like around here, like the Lawrence Drugs, like your local pharmacies, go in and knock on their doors and tell them who you are, what they do. I want to know who's your primary clientele because I really don't want to go to a dentist that's all pediatrics.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the best games, but I'm not going to sell a lot of policies in there. They are.
Don't touch
loud,
those.
man. I want to know who's your primary clientele. I want to know what carriers they take. I know I can find that out, but I want to know what carriers they take. And I want to know who they like and who they don't like.
Yeah.
Those are some questions I want to know when I go in there. Because during AEP, what we want to do is if we're spending our downtime out in the community, we want to be places where questions are being asked. Where are they being asked? They're being asked at the pharmacy. They're being asked at all their doctors. They're being asked at senior centers, all of those things. So I would say if you don't have appointments on your book, get out in your community. If that's not your cup of tea, buy leads.
Yeah.
If you can't get Medicare leads that you feel like you can close by life leads, don't let a day go by to say, well, it's another day in paradise. I didn't call anybody. I didn't do anything. But the pool was good.
Activity, man.
Yeah.
Activity leads to activity.
It does.
Activity leads to production. Go do something.
Yeah.
Are you going to go out and run into 10 people that want you to write their policy? No,
Probably not.
But I promise you, they're not going to walk into your pool, as our friend BT says.
They're not going to. And it's a really hard one to hear at the end of the day. Like, man, I didn't write anything today. Like, what'd you do? I played golf.
Yeah.
I cleaned my car.
Yeah.
Did you call anybody? No. Did you go anywhere? No. Did you buy leads? No.
Do something.
Do something.
Do some activity.
Okay.
The one that I really wanted to get to is during AEP. Hopefully, if you haven't, it's okay. But hopefully you have established what is your end, right? What is your goal? Remember that we are, as human beings, our end goal cannot be to be a great insurance agent. I don't think. Now, that could be one of your goals is to be a great insurance agent. But I was talking with one of my daughters, and I was talking to her, but she's like, Dad, so she jokingly said, Dad, did you grow up wanting to be an insurance agent? And I said, no, I don't know of anybody that grew up wanting to be an insurance agent, right? I know of very few people that in their adult life, when they started their adult life, was like, you know what, usually people end up in this business.
Yeah.
Because they tried this or they tried that, they tried this, and then
You hear a lot of people say that they fell backwards into insurance.
Yeah. So they said, my daughter then said, okay, so Dad, what did you want to be? For me, I always wanted to be a police officer and went to college for it and all that stuff. Road just didn't take me there.
Okay.
And so for a long time, I felt like I failed my way into this business. And so that put a negative connotation on who I was as a person and what I do. Through some mentorship and through some people that I met, I understand now that even if I had become a cop, my goal was not to become a cop. My goal is to be a person that makes a difference in this world. What I do does not determine that as far as my occupation.
Yeah.
What I do determines that.
Yeah.
In other words, activity and helping people. This job is a means to an end.
Yes.
I try to get up every morning and write down my goals and what my purpose is. And I write down my goals. My goals, I am a husband, I am a Christian, I am a father, I am a business owner, and I am a friend. Those are the 5 things that I try to write down my goals around those things. So in other words, how do I want to be today? How do I want to be a better husband? How do I want to be a better father? How do I want to be a better business owner? How do I want to be a better friend? So you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So your end cannot be money. It cannot be your career in itself. It has to be something different. So I said a lot of things there to bring it all to one thing. What is your end?
Yes.
And if you say, I don't know, that's okay.
That's no cancer.
Yep. I don't know is fine. You need to figure out what it is. Now, one of the reasons, I just read a book that talked about one of the reasons people don't have goals is because we look at goals like, I have to pick the perfect goal. And if I don't pick the perfect goal, then my life is a waste. Your goal will change.
Yes.
Your goal will move. Your life will change. There are things to me that I thought were so important when I was in my 20s and my 30s. Now I'm in my 40s. Those things aren't as important as I thought they were.
Yeah.
So my goals have shifted and moved and changed. That's okay, as long as you're going towards something. Number 1, what is your goal? Number 2, are you keeping that goal in mind? Number 3, are you taking some time every day to stop, to breathe, and remember, this is why I'm doing this.
I love that.
Yeah.
We had dinner with a gentleman out in Louisville, I think. We had dinner with a gentleman, and he said something that was really interesting at the time. I didn't really think much about it. I did in the days after that, but he talked about the thing below the thing. That was the way he described it. He's like, there's always the thing below the thing. And the thing below the thing is exactly what you're saying. It's, I have my surface why. That's my thing. But that's not, it's the money, the career, the fame, the glory, all the things. Like that can be your surface why. But there has to be a thing below the thing that pushes you to wherever, like you're going to want to hit those earthly goals, right? Like you're going to want to hit those. Like I want to drive a nicer car. I want to have a bigger house. You want to hit those goals. But there has to be a thing below that drives us getting there. What is that thing? And I love how you said that.
Yeah, it's very important to know why you're doing what you're doing. And like I said, if my goal here is not to shame anybody, they're like, you know what? My goal was to get up today. Awesome.
Cool.
Do it. Get up today. I love Letitia Jackson said, Dallas, everybody around me when I started was talking about making $1 million. She's like, I wanted to pay my water bill. You know, if that's your goal, again, it'll grow, it'll shift, but just have something you're striving towards.
Love it.
We appreciate everybody watching today. We've got to wrap this one up. There's a lot more we could say there, man.
There is. This could be a multi.
We may pull into another one. But we appreciate everybody listening. We thank you guys for watching, for listening, for commenting. We want to know your why. One of our whys is you. We want to help people. And so when you let us know, hey, here's how you're helping me, it really gives us a sense of purpose and accomplishment. So we really appreciate that. Now, if you would, we have the last Wednesday webinar coming up.
We do.
The last Wednesday of October, we are going to have Pat Schmidt on. Pat Schmidt leads the Elevate division over at Lasting Mark, and he's going to be, they wrote over they're going to write around $120 million in annuities this year. A lot of them were people that elevated cases to them. You say, Dallas, what's that mean? Tune in the last Wednesday of the month and I'll tell you.
You can miss things. You won't want to miss this.
That's going to be amazing. So we will see you guys then. I want to thank Rachel and Adam. They're back there working hard, making us look good. And we appreciate them. Thanks, Matt, for being there, for co-hosting, man. Great job today.
It was good.
Yeah, this was fun. Guys, we appreciate y'all. We will see you next time on the Medicare Sales Playbook.